Yes, guys. Welcome back to another stream. Good morning. Hopefully, you're all well. We got Briggsy in the chat. Big up. We got Joe Hunter, DJ Christopher Puneet, Mintan, Church of the Poison Mind. McCluskey's in the building. Yes. Formidables. Quinn is here as well. Bran Holt, Mark Fogg. Good to see you guys. Guys, make sure you drop a like on the stream if you've not done so already. Let's get those likes up rapid. And make sure, of course, you are subscribed to the channel as well. If you do, make sure you check out KAS's channel. Never a Foul. Link is in the description, guys. But today, man, we're going to speak about like a bit of a season review so far. Have a look at the Premier League table, see who's performing and not performing. We'll see. We'll have a little bit of a focus on City as well because, I don't know, a City ahead of where maybe you'd expect, given the fact we've got no Kevin De Bruyne, given the fact Rodri's been out for some games, given the fact that John Stones has been in and out of the team. We'll have a look at that. Erling Haaland's also spoke on that interestingly this morning. But to join us, big up to KAS, man. Never a foul. How you doing, bro? You good?
Yeah, I'm doing all right until I realised it's the Etihad Stadium in the back of on the back of the Christmas tree there. You know what I mean? So yeah, someone set me up.
You've mellowed, bro.
What do you mean?
Like you've calmed down, innit? Like, I feel like maybe a KAS a year ago, not me, would have had that tree down. I'm surprised that tree's still there, bro, with that in the stream right now.
maybe, but it's not my choice.
It's been forced there. But yeah, man, I think it's good to get KAS on as well to talk about this because obviously he's not a City fan, so so we can sort of get his opinion on how City is starting, man. But yeah, let's have a look at the Premier League table, man. I start off with that. City obviously top of the league. Liverpool, I want to speak about them a little bit in this stream because I feel like they've sort of just maybe not ghosted their way into second spot, yeah. But like, not a lot of people are speaking about them really. Arsenal, they're obviously in third. There's been a lot of talk on Arsenal. Kai Havertz, have they got better? Have they got worse? And Spurs, who are obviously starting their collapse. In fact, let's start on Liverpool. I find Liverpool super interesting at the moment, bro. What's your take on them? Because I do feel like no one, especially in like the mainstream media, no one's really speaking about Liverpool at the moment. It's all City. It's all about Arsenal. Obviously, you're hearing about Chelsea, the remontada, and the collapse of Ange Postecoglou's Tottenham. Liverpool doing all right, bro. And obviously, they got robbed at the Spurs. If they got a point there or 3 points, they would have been top of the table.
Yeah, technically, they should be top of the table. That's the thing. And then maybe they were being spoken about a little bit more. People don't understand that Liverpool's attack is good as just about everybody else's, right? And the thing is, they've got goals everywhere. As in, they've got goals from the right side, left side, central side. They're not relying on just one key man to keep doing everything for them. Even if Salah didn't play against Brentford, they would have still won that game one way, shape, or form, right? They obviously you need your main man on the pitch, like you lot need Haaland on the pitch, or like let's say not right now, but in probably towards in the end of the campaign, Man United will need Rashford for the goals or so forth. Someone always needs their man, right? But they got goals everywhere, so they're always going to spread their goals, which is I think is sustainable and it's healthy, right? And then, but what doesn't get spoken about, we always talk about dodgy defenses, but yet they've got, weirdly enough, one of the better defenses in the league. If not the best defense currently on paper in the league. Van Dijk is looking like Van Dijk from 4 years ago. You know what I mean? So it's I hear it because I've spoken it last week and I've spoken it yesterday on my own stream saying Liverpool are not getting no recognition anywhere because all they ever focus on is a DM.
Yeah, it's true.
And if they got no backup centre backs and they've even got Shimikas playing and they've got no proper DM playing, but yet they're still in the mix. This is what I mean. This is like there's no reason to be slapping all the efforts and all the media attention towards Ange Postecoglou because he looks like the new Bielsa of the league. That's why he's getting spoken about the way he's getting spoken about. But that's the way I'm looking at it is Liverpool, man. They're just quietly doing their own thing under the radar. And when there's no pressure from the media, instantly you're going to be doing better, in my opinion, anyways. So yeah, look, they got a long way to go. End of the day, City, when it comes to end of the season, a different animal. So it doesn't see the thing is with City, right? I know this you asked about Liverpool first. The thing is with City, right? It doesn't matter where they are in the league, and Dap said this. It doesn't matter where they are in the league in November. They could be 8th in the league in November, but when it comes to February time, it's a different animal and it's a different ball game. Let's see if your crop of players can actually handle the pressure when it gets going.
Yeah. I mean, this is Liverpool's sort of run. It's been a bit weird, but I mean, they only lost one game, and that was the Tottenham game, which obviously, was a little bit harsh given what happened in that game. So the only game they've lost, they had a massive VAR decision go against them, like a factually incorrect one. And look, I mean, it's pretty healthy, and as you said, like Van Dijk, watched him recently, and he's looking not back to his best, but he's certainly close. You know what I mean? And you know
100%.
what? Well, I kind of rate that as well because I never really want to see a player. I've always said I think since that injury he got, he's never been the same, right? And I say that not as like a gloating thing; it's just factual information. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's not what I'm saying. But now that he's potentially getting back to a decent level, I think that's actually, it's kind of nice to see because, like I say, it's not good to see players just like fall off because of an injury. I still look at the DM position though and think, do they have enough to go all 38 games of the season and win the league? And rumor has it that they're not going to spend any money in January, which I think is absolutely wild.
I think they will. I think they will spend. Liverpool do have this amazing thing, right? About, when it comes to media, when it comes to players and stuff like that, if this amazing thing of somehow keeping the noise down, and then they somehow go and sign this or that player, or something happens with this or that player, whatever's happening in their lives, it's like City, right? Not many people know about certain situations, maybe, but they keep it down to a low and a minimum. And this is why teams are allowed to go and win the league the way they have to, or go and succeed the way they need to. Because not like Man United, where there's leaks left, right, and center, right? So that's the way I'm looking at it. And I think they're going to go and do business. This whole Andre thing, I think that's we can rubbish that off. Whether it is Andre or whether it's a DM, all they need is someone that just knows how to play the position to an extent. Because see Endo, right? If we're gonna, because that's the only recognized DM, right, Lewis? Let's be real. He's a 4 or 5 out of 10. He's not going to give you 7 out of 10s. He's not mobile enough to be a starter for them. So I'm just thinking of it like, they go get a capable enough DM that knows how to give them a 7 out of 10. I think that's enough to push them. They don't even need a 10. They just need someone that knows how to tackle and screen the back four. That's it. And obviously keep up with play.
Yeah, here's a question for you. Are you surprised how serious I know obviously they rested in the last game, but are you surprised how serious their fans want to win the Europa League? Because I thought like they're in a Premier League title race. Yeah, they've only won one Premier League. They've won one Champions League since they've had Klopp. Like their golden era has basically been ruined by City. Yeah, because we've just been slamming all the titles. Are you surprised that their fans and even like the club as a whole is sort of taking that Europa League seriously, or do you sort of like rate it? In a way,
I am not allowed to see. The thing is, I will say I can't rate it, but I'm the same person that wanted to win it last year. So if I'm to say them not to not win it last year, I look like a hypocrite.
No, but it's a different situation though, because you weren't in a title race last year where you was for like a week or whatever. These are in a title race, so it's different. Like you had to go for it because you weren't going to win the league, but they could legit win the Premier League, innit?
Yeah, cheers, mate. Love that one. No, the way I look at it is, I think at some point they're gonna have to choose between, because I think they're gonna go far in the Carabao Cup. I think they're gonna have some sort of say in the FA Cup, but I don't know if they're gonna win it. Of course, the Premier League is obviously there for them, and that would set the sights on that. But when it comes to Europa League, I think they're gonna have to start setting sights on, because you can't play your best 11 every game, so they're gonna have to find a way to maybe drop one of these competitions because it will catch up. So if they go far in the Europa League and the Carabao Cup, so the Carabao Cup's there in February, right? Whenever it might be, the end of Feb or early March, that they're gonna have to play a final if they get there. That is, and right now they got a very good run to get there. Europa League in May, the final, and then obviously if you're gonna go all the way with the the Premier League, it's probably gonna go towards May, probably the last couple games of the season. I think they're gonna have to end up choosing which one's a priority or not. And I think it's because Europa League is a competition that they haven't won under Klopp yet. Yeah, I think that's why I think they have every right to want to go and win it. Yeah. But I think I'd rather prioritize obviously Premier League over Europa League any day of the week. Do I think? Do you think they're going to win it? I don't think they're going to win it, Lewis. I'll be honest. Every time I see their second string team out there, they don't look like they're capable enough to go and do the job, and they need to bring on the big guns to go and bail them out against Toulouse, even though they did just lose. Even against what's that called? Union Saint Gilloy, or whatever they're called as well. You need big hitters to come on to go and bail you out. So I don't think they're actually going to go and win the competition.
Nah.
Yeah, but no, they have every right, and I would want it. If I'm in a competition, I'm going to go win it. That's winner's mentality. That's what I'm used to back in the day. Obviously now it's a bit different because of reality checks, but Sir Jim Ratcliffe, let's see what you can do in
it. Yeah, I'd love to see what happens to Liverpool. Like I say, for me, I still think that they need a DM. Apparently, the rumor has it that they're not going to spend, but I would be shocked. And if I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be absolutely fuming if they don't spend some money in the January transfer window, just because obviously they are in this title race. Let's come to City then, man. City top of the league. I remember doing a stream with you, yeah, early on in the season. It was just after Kevin De Bruyne got injured. And I remember us having a conversation about De Bruyne, and I said something, and then you went, oh yeah, fairs. And basically, it was about the fact that as a City fan, I don't need City to be top of the league right now. Yeah, and you sort of alluded to this a little bit before. All I wanted was to get to sort of like January or February within maximum, really, 6 points at the top, get Kevin De Bruyne back fresh, and kick on. I'm looking at this situation now. We're top of the league by a point. We've had John Stones play about 3 or 4 games for us. Rodri's been suspended for a couple of games, which really killed us off. De Bruyne's played 20 minutes for us this season so far, and we've still not even played our best football. We're top of the league. We're top of our Champions League group stage. I'm looking at this and thinking, I think Manchester City are ahead of where even sort of like wanted us to be at sort of bare minimum. Like, where you sort of view this on City?
The fact is, I think this time last year, you wasn't even top of the league.
Nah.
I think even the year before, I don't even think it was top of the league. I think last year was it Tottenham? Was it Tottenham we were top, or was it? No, I think last year was Arsenal. I think the year before might have been Tottenham. And even the year before that, I think it was Liverpool maybe. So this is the thing. This is the thing, right? That you have to always talk about. I think you always have to go on the relevance of a table of how certain teams do in certain stages of the year. And the fact that City are top of the league, and I'm not just saying this because I'm on a City channel, obviously, or a City-related channel or anything. It's the fact that you are top of the league, at top of the tree in November, and it's not even where you have to do a kiss chase thing in January or February. So that's the way I'm looking. Like, City are in way ahead than they need to be. Look, you're in the exact same points as you were last year, but this time, obviously, Arsenal are doing better. So if we want to go off who's fallen off and who's done better, the whole who's not looking the same, you could say Arsenal not looking the same. You could say Tottenham are looking the same in a respect. Even Newcastle, they're in the same position near enough. Like even Brighton, Man United are weirdly on the same points and same goal difference. The only teams that have stepped up is Liverpool and so forth. So look, I don't know if City are ahead of schedule or teams around are just falling off. See, there's 2 different questions. I've City upgraded themselves, or as teams surrounding just fallen off and not, done the best that they could. Right? That's just 2 separate entities. So I'm thinking if it's in City's benefit, then right now I think it's a positive because you said you've still got KDB, one of the biggest figures in football, to come back. And facts, he's going to outscore and out assist every player at Man United anyways, when he comes back in the space of 1 month. So, and I think Erling Haaland misses. I think you missed that element a little bit. When a game is just, you're just asking for something different, a bit of a clutch moment. Who's going to be there? It's going to be KDB, whether it's a long shot ranger or it's going to be a whip into Erling Haaland back post, which he barely misses. And that's the scary part. But then again, I'm not going to say that other teams don't have missing players either, but no one has a missing player like KDB. Let's be real. And I don't want to hear Nkunku. I've never seen him play in the Prem. I don't want to hear no one about. You could say Man United's Lisandro Martinez, but then again, I'm not being funny. That's still not a KDB type figure. Even though it will improve our defense, it's not going to improve our attack.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying, because for me, I think Haaland has missed De Bruyne this year, and that's pretty mad considering he's top goal scorer in the Premier League. And
oh, sorry, mate.
And all that kind of shit. But he has missed it. And I think you can have a look at our goals, even though we're top goal scorers in the Premier League still. I think we're 8 below where we were last year. And that includes we scored 6 against Bournemouth. So
and us too.
Yeah. But now I think we have missed De Bruyne. And I think he gives us something else. He gives us chance creations from just random positions on the pitch. I think at the moment we only score when we get the ball into like obvious goal scoring areas, but like De Bruyne can just have the ball in sort of like a non-dangerous position, but put the ball in, and Haaland's movement obviously in the box is world class. He'll score a goal. So I think we have missed it. But this is the thing, like this is why I wasn't really panicking. I've City, because in my honest opinion, I think City have regressed from last year, right? I don't see City hitting the heights of last year. That don't mean we can't win the treble again. That don't mean we can't win the Champions League, the Premier League, because I still think we're the best team in the Europe. I just think that as an actual team performance, I don't think we'll get there. But why? Because we've lost Gundogan. But I think that, we've also gained some other stuff. We've gained the experience of winning the Champions League. We've gained the experience of winning the treble. We've got Doku in, who looks a real frightening player. I really like him. And I just think we're just in a great position. And I look at Arsenal. Arsenal's drop-off, in my opinion, is bigger than the City drop-off. Because City's, in my opinion, City have dropped off, but the drop-off for City is small. And it's at the moment, you can't really see it. And when people say you can see it, I don't think you can. I think it's other stuff that you're seeing. With Arsenal, you're seeing other teams play deeper against Arsenal, in my opinion. Teams are giving Arsenal more respect and playing a lower block. But also, KAS, they've made that worse by moving into this control. Yeah, Kai Havertz, and this more controlled system. Whereas last year, they were just going out onto football pitches and going, let's just go and batter these, yeah? And that's what they were doing. They were taking teams away. Whereas now they're like, no, we need to have control. We can't let teams have chances against us. Well, that means that when you get to the final area of the football pitch, you're not creating as much. And the stats prove that. Combine that with the fact that teams are playing a more lower block against you. I think that Arsenal have regressed. Liverpool are the one for me. I said at the start of the season, I'm a bit annoyed, right? Because at the start of the season, a lot of people asking me, who's going to be City's main title contenders? And I said Liverpool. And the Arsenal fans get onto me, man, saying, "Nah, it's gonna be Arsenal. It's gonna be." And then they got in my head, bro. They got in my head, and I flip flopped and I went back to Arsenal.
You know what? It makes sense. So, City's defensive display hasn't regressed, right? And I think it's fair to say, John Stones probably even. I think he was injured at this point last year as well, and I think Diaz was out for a period at some point. I don't think your defense has regressed, regardless of the result against Chelsea. I think start of the season, you could say that stat side's come. I think there was you won your last 10 and you didn't concede more than 2 goals in the game. That was the back end of last year. So you could say from probably let's say game week 30 maybe, and into this season. Other than that game, I would say your defense has definitely done something better. In terms of your attack and everything, with no KDB, of course your attack's going to regress. And I don't think no City fan can deny that your attack has regressed in some shape, way, or form. Maybe you're missing that element of a KDB that's going to give you something different. But you have lost Gundogan, you have lost Mahrez. That's always going to happen. And I think we alluded that was always going to happen. But in terms of other teams around you, so this is where the question was, have City elevated or has other teams around them also regressed? Arsenal 100% regressed. I think Arsenal's defense is definitely, again, I think Arsenal's defense has improved. You could say that 1 year further for Saliba, Zinchenko 1 year further into his into his career at Arsenal. Tomiyasu looks like a solid option off the bench. Ben White's just doing Ben White things, in my opinion. Anyways,
I think Ben White's got worse all this year, KAS.
No,
I think he looks a bit shaky, man.
I think he's had a couple dodgy ones, but at the same time, I'm not going to allude that he's been terrible, because I don't think he has.
No, I get it.
I don't think it helps when you're changing your DM. Partey, they haven't even seen him on the pitch with, 20 minutes of it against City with Declan Rice and Ødegaard, which we all thought he was going to be. And that hasn't happened. Shoehorn in the left centre mid, which is, I don't know what you want to do there. You need midfielders. Midfield wins your games these days. And right now, this is maybe where Arsenal find themselves lucky that they have got a front three that they do, is that it's bailing them out. It's not really clicking the way they want them to. It's not that electricity type feel that we saw last season, you could say, up until the 93rd percentage part. But look, Arsenal definitely regressed in terms of maybe the fluidity, the style of Ødegaard was doing much better last year. Declan Rice is holding them together. But then we haven't seen, in respect to Arsenal, we haven't exactly seen their main front three in a game. I think they played one game, but then they got injured. Jesus, Saka, Martinelli, Trossard's doing a good job at the moment. Liverpool got way better. Chelsea, again, a little bit better. It's more sustainable. Man United regressed massively. And then obviously Tottenham I think Tottenham got a sustainable period, but they're still on the same points. So when you're actually deep in and around the situations, I think it's just all worked. I think if every team doesn't look like, no team looks like they've been better overall other than Liverpool, if I'm being totally honest, when you actually really deep the situation. And that's in favour of you boys.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Your drop-off might be just that little bit in attack, but you're still scoring goals regardless. Every other team, I think it's a little bit worse. And obviously, I think that's where I always say this, the table does not lie.
No, that is true. That is true. But bro, going back to Arsenal for a second, yeah, I think this is what, and I said this when he signed him. Yeah, I said this when he signed him. This is why, for me, the signing of Kai Havertz could be what destroys Arteta at Arsenal, because they had a team. Imagine, yeah, you've got, because what you got to do, you got to put this into context, right? Arsenal should have won the league last year. If we're being honest, everyone. They was top of the table for what, 250 days or whatever, and they bottled the league, and City came in and stole it. City deserved the league because we got the most points. That's how it works. But Arsenal, for the position they were in, they should have won the league. They bottled it. So that what does that tell you? That tells you that they have a squad that is very capable of winning the league. They just need a few extra additions and maybe that experience. So first of all, you lost Granit Xhaka, yeah? A guy who got you 14 GNA. A guy who's very, very experienced. He's not everybody's cup of tea. I get that. But he's a very experienced professional in a young team. If you look around that team, very young players. He's an experienced player in a young team, and he gets goals and assists. You bring in Declan Rice. Declan Rice, fantastic addition. Where's he going to play? We still don't know where his long-term future is going to be at Arsenal, right? That doesn't mean he's not been played well this year. He has. But is his long-term future at Arsenal a 6, or is it left-sided centre midfield? We don't know. If it is left-sided centre midfield, I can guarantee you will not get 14 GNA like Xhaka did this year or next year, because Xhaka was getting into the box really, really well, yeah? Partey's injured. They bought Timber, great signing. Obviously, unfortunately, got injured. But the signing of Havertz, £65 million on Kai Havertz, for me, could be what kills him. Because they could have got Maddison, change. They could have got Maddison and Kovacic. Now, I'm not saying Kovacic is better than any of them. What I'm saying is it's the squad depth. It's the squad depth, yeah? You could have got Maddison. You could be playing Maddison, Odegaard in the 8s, and Partey's injured. You could have played Rice in the 6. How amazing would that midfield have been? And then you've got someone like a Kovacic on the bench. You know what I mean? You could have gone and got some competition. These Arsenal fans now are regretting. I said again in the summer, I said Arsenal need cover and challenger for Saka. No, we don't. No, we don't. He's never misses a game. He's never injured. That's exactly why you need cover. Because you cannot spam Saka every single game, week in, week out. And it's a little bit annoying as well from an England point of view, because, he needs to be fresh going into tournaments. He's getting spammed. At some point, Arsenal fans and Arteta will realise that Gabriel Jesus is a better winger than he is as a striker. Some of them still haven't realised that, but I guarantee you, his Daps there. Ask Daps what he thinks. I think he'll say the same thing. And obviously, Martinelli, he's a great player as well, but he's got the cover of Trossard there. That's probably fine on that side. But now I'm being told by some Arsenal fans that Odegaard can only play well when Thomas Partey plays. What are you on about? He was all gassing him up to me last year, saying he was better than Kevin De Bruyne. So don't come with that. Don't come with that energy. Do you know what I mean? So I just think, though, it all rests on Havertz, because 65 million quid, bro. And this is what I said. If they would have signed Havertz, yeah, for 20 million, I think, oh, yeah, it's a gamble. It's worth a gamble, right? Because he's done it at Leverkusen back in the day. There's a player in there somewhere. 20 million quid, it's a bit of a gamble. To spend 65 million, bro, that for me is gross negligence.
That's nearly as outrageous as my manager when he said, you know what we need in our midfield? Mason Mount. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. It's just exactly the same. I think Mason Mount's better than Havertz, and I think everyone can agree with that. I think he offers more. Even Mason Mount in that midfield, in that 8, would probably be a lot better than Havertz for that Arteta system. I just look at it. They needed a left-footed. They needed a left centre mid, preferably left-footed. There's a few out there. I thought they're gonna, I thought Arsenal would start acting like a big club and say, you know what we need? We need like a Barella. We need Barella. We need a Zubimendi. Zubimendi can go DM or centre mid just like Rice. We could have got somebody. Maybe we could have even got Pedri. Like the situation that went on that is still ongoing kind of at Barcelona is with the contractual situation with Pedri. I'm like, go be a big club. Go tempt him away from Barcelona. Something. Just something. Even a Manu Kone, I don't think he's the type of Xhaka profile. But if you wanted some sort of electricity getting you out the pitch and making sure that you don't lose the ball, there you go. The Manu Kone is right there for you. There's all different options. There's all different options. But what they really needed was somebody. I thought Declan Rice was going to go into an 8 and they're going to go get a DM. I thought that could still work now. But now I'm kind of looking at maybe Rice is going to be the long-term option in the DM, and then they're going to go get a centre mid. Okay, now you need a bit of power. in there. You don't need pace, but you need a bit of power, a powerhouse in there, because you don't want too much of a light work midfield, but he's got to be technical. Kai Havertz in 48, what? I think 99% of people knew that this was going to happen. This is what happens when you get too gassed and too over your own ideas over a summer. I'm thinking, you know what, this is going to work out. You know, and not every decision anyone makes in life, whether it comes to your work and everything, or football on a pitch yourself, or any sort of display, that you're going to get everything right. But that one was just it was so in the face that everyone knew that this ain't going to work. And it's still not going to work. I know there's that never say never, but I think he's been given a fair chance. He's played many games already, and not one performance has I look at him and think like, oh my word, you know what? He looks like he's going to be a star here. Do you know what I mean? You know what we start doing as fans? That probably not right now. If you're not winning, you start picking little things out and complimenting their game. Like Man United fans with Anthony. I was doing it. You start stooping down to mediocre levels and thinking, yeah, you know what? He had an okay game right now. Like he's moved the ball okay. You know, he had an okay game. He tackled well. He worked hard. The bare minimum. And we start gassing up the bare minimum just so we can make sure we can have some sort of leverage with that said player because they're new or whatever it may be. Maybe it's their favorite. Not good enough. If you're talking about...
I'm here. No, I agree. Just quickly, I'm hearing this from Arsenal fans telling me to watch what he does off the ball. The fact that he never loses the ball. It's just like, bro, that's, you know, he's got to do more. He's £65 million signing midfield for a team that's going for the league. He's got to do more. Nah, I hear what you're saying, man. What are you going to say?
No, it's just I hate gassing up mediocrity unless there's an actual case. Like for me right now, I know it's only been a year and a little bit, and Anthony hasn't even played a massive amount of games, but I'm not feeling him regardless. I don't think he's cut out for this league. Enzo Fernandez, don't think he's cut out for this league. Again, I think he's a player he's a luxury player. There's nothing more to it. You know,
they've ruined him.
Yeah, it's not even that. He's been here a year. I'm not sold by it. Yes, he made the pass to make another pass. Did you see that? Yes, so basic passes. 1-2s is basic. Oh, you see that? Oh, what did he do this time? Oh, he tackled Foden. Amazing. But it's what he does off the ball. He runs with a parachute on. Like, honestly, he's so slow. And people say, well, look at Thiago. I'm like, Thiago's got pace. He puts his body about. He can get about the pitch. He's just injury prone. And it's just little bits and bobs like that. And I think there's probably a lot of names across. The only one that's kind of worked out at the moment is Darwin Núñez for Liverpool. Because you know what? As much as he's a bozo, he can get about the pitch and get you goals and assists. Nobody. I'm trying to think of other names for us. Anthony or Mason Mount, maybe them lot. Enzo. The other team there's probably a load of names. Havertz, whatever. No one rated him. But the whole point is just gassing up mediocre players. I've had enough because I used to do it, and I'm happy to say I was doing it so I could be positive on a certain player. It's just boring.
Yeah, but we gotta go realistic now, and this is the thing with Arsenal. Yeah, obviously, there are some Arsenal fans out there who are calling him out as being basically fraud player. Yeah, who's not offering him anything, and ultimately this comes down to Arteta, because this is what I'm saying. For me, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be so fuming because you've come so close to winning the league, right? Arteta's fault because the team bottled it. Ultimately, he's managed by Arteta. Yeah, you then made a great signing in Rice. I think Timber's a great signing. Good signing, look good on the opening day. Unfortunate with the injury. Shit happens. I'm sure when he comes back, he'll be great. Yeah. That's unlucky. What you needed then was just to add a little bit more. You don't have to completely revolutionize it. Just add a little bit more in that attacking line. A midfielder, a creative midfielder, some sort of player that can get forward. And for me, another attacker, whether that be a right winger, striker, ideally both, but you always get what you want in life. You know, they've not really done that. They've gone and got Havertz. They didn't need to do that. And they've not strengthened the Saka position and the striker position. They're still playing Eddie Nketiah, which I just don't get. You know, I don't get that. You know, at what point do you look at him and go, decent, not good enough to win a title? Because ultimately that's what you've got to do. You know, and it's the same when City are bringing through like academy players and shit, and like, it's all good having like good academy players. Like we all want like Tommy Doyle's and these players to come through and play for you. But ultimately, do you want to be a team that wants to win stuff, win Premier Leagues, win Champions Leagues? If so, you've got to be ruthless and you've got to say you're good. You were a good player, but we want the best because we are going for the title. And getting Havertz ain't doing that. It's a massive gamble. And I just think, and now you've heard, I don't think you've seen it, bro. Did you see this Aaron Ramsdale's dad going on that podcast last night?
That was his dad.
That was his dad, yeah.
I thought it was Ramsdale and Ian Wright.
Nah, you're on about a different one. No, there's a podcast called like Hybrid Gooners or something. And Aaron Ramsdale's dad has gone on the podcast and just started saying like he's not happy, he's not smiling, the way Arteta's handled things with him. Which, by the way, I'd agree. I think that I don't know why they signed Raya. You know, I don't even think this Raya guy looks very good. I think on crosses, guy looks sus, big time. On the ball, I don't even think he's a good kicker of the ball. Like I thought, right? I obviously don't watch that much Brentford. I only watch him when they play City or the big teams. I thought when they bought him, I thought, oh yeah, this Spanish goalkeeper, whatever, he's going to be sick on the ball. I'm watching Arsenal with this Raya guy, and I'm like, this guy ain't even that good on the ball. Like, he's all right. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying shit. He's probably an upgrade on Ramsdale, but he's not a massive upgrade. And on crosses, the guy does not know where he is on crosses, bro. He's in no man's land.
See, this is why I didn't want him at Man United. It's just, I don't like short goalkeepers. I don't think anyone does. And also, he's always suspect when it comes to a long range shot. And that's annoying if you're going to concede such a thing. But other than that, from what I've seen at Arsenal so far, he just looks like a good goalkeeper. And that's it. Yeah, all you're going to be is a good goalkeeper. Ramsdale's also a good goalkeeper. And the thing is, he's younger as well. What else is there?
Vicario looks clear, bro, to be honest.
Yeah, Vicario, he's because he's young. He's got a lot of development to go towards as well. I think there's many good goalkeepers in the. I just think Raya is just one of those. He's just a good goalkeeper. I don't think he's a hit goalkeeper. But then you look around the world, who's really got the potential to go and be that world-class hitter that they might need. I think there's a couple that they could have grabbed, but I don't understand why they needed Raya in the first place. This is one of them Arteta things, having two goalkeepers is a good thing, but really and truly right now it's causing problems. So, whether Ramsdale maintains his professional standards or not, we'll have to see, but every time Raya makes
a mistake... He's got in January, bro, in my opinion.
Yeah, he has to. He has to. It's one of them.
He's got to try and. I know he's not going to be England's number one in the summer, right? Obviously, Pickford is the one, but he's got to at least try. He's got because, like, what about? Because who knows? No one knows what's going to happen. What about if Pickford gets injured or falls off in this next part of the season? Obviously, not guaranteed. No one knows what's going to happen yet. But then, like, you're just sat on the bench. You say you had a move to leave Arsenal and go somewhere else in a January transfer window, and then you say no, I'm going to stay here. Then Pickford gets injured. And then Southgate's like, oh, I'm going to pick Johnson because he's playing. You'd be gutted. He has to make a move. He has to make a move. Whether it be permanent or loan, he has to. I don't know where he's going to go because I was looking at the table yesterday, yeah, and out of the top 8 teams, in fact, the top 9 teams, the only team I can see him possibly going to is West Ham because no one else really needs him, to be honest with you. Chelsea, I think he's an upgrade.
I think Areola's a solid goalkeeper.
No, he is. He is a solid goalkeeper, to be fair. But, like, he's probably...
Yeah, Tottenham. Obviously, can't go Tottenham. Man United don't need one. Liverpool don't need one. Chelsea. I've seen rumors about Chelsea.
He's an upgrade on Sanchez for sure. For sure.
Is it much of an upgrade though?
I think he's a big upgrade on. I think Sanchez is shocking. Bro,
Chelsea standard.
I
think Chelsea go for a bigger name goalkeeper. I think Sanchez has got that spot.
I think they should. I think they should go for like a big name. They should go for like an All Black or someone like up there. Yeah, but. I don't think they are because they're going for this like youth project thing, yeah. So maybe I don't know how.
Maybe Brighton, De Zerbi won't have him. Aston Villa, maybe there's rumors that Emi Martinez might be moving on. So I think maybe Aston Villa might be a shout for him potentially. But
where's Martinez rumored to go?
I don't know where, but I saw he's rumored that he's a big club's coming in for him, like Inter Milan or something like that. We're looking at Emi Martinez. But even then, he's not going to go in January. So we're talking about January. What other keepers in and around? Maybe Fulham. Fulham might be a shout. I don't know if Leno's got is it really much?
That's a hard drop, bro. That's a hard drop, man.
But this is what I'm saying. I'm trying to think of teams. Someone's gonna have to tell me.
Does he go abroad, bro? Has that ever worked out? I remember Joe Hart went abroad. That didn't really work out.
He didn't really work out. I think if you know what, this is the difficult part. I'm really trying to have a good think here. I'm just trying to think of English teams that I need to go on the table.
Yeah, I'll bring it up now. I don't think there's anyone here though, bro. Who he can go to. Yeah, check it out. Right, so City Edison, Liverpool
No.
Allison, Arsenal obviously situation, Vicario. At the moment, Martinez. So we'll say no, but obviously, like you say, if that changes, United will just shout out on Onana. I think.
Newcastle. Nah,
Well,
see, I
this is the
think
thing.
Newcastle will be a shout, but I'm not being funny. Nick Pope is solid, and they're gonna want someone a bit different, I reckon.
Well, I said this yesterday because I was in a group chat with a Newcastle fan. I said, for me, I think Ramsdale is a more all-round goalkeeper than Pope. Pope's definitely a better shot stopper, but Ramsdale's more of an all-round goalkeeper. But if you're going to get rid of Pope, you got to make the next jump, which is what you're saying about Chelsea. You know, you don't go from Pope to Ramsdale. Because for me, Ramsdale's better than Pope all-round, but it's only like that.
Yeah, I think Aston Villa, and he's a Northern boy as well, so maybe somewhere up north. But I think it's going to be Aston Villa. You know, why I say Aston Villa is because I think even Chelsea wanted Emi Martinez, which is a good shout for me. So yeah, no, I think maybe Aston Villa's there. I can't think of any other team that's really worth mentioning that it's going to go to because it's a difficult fight for him because he's not going to get a lot of offers. Maybe.
Do you think it's fair? Did you think he deserved to be dropped?
I don't think so. You know. It just looks like I think for me, it was just Arteta's got a clear way he wants to play. He doesn't fit the profile that he wants, and he's made a ruthless decision, and that's that. Bit weird after you just had your best season going forward, or Arsenal's best season in about 7, 8 years or some crap like that. Yeah, I think it was a bit harsh, but. You know, life is harsh. You gotta get on with it. If someone prefers someone else, I
suppose that is true. Life is harsh, but it's what it is, isn't it? I just feel that I feel like this decision was basically made because of what he did against Southampton, and I just feel that
maybe
check what he did against Liverpool.
Probably got a loan. That's a good option. He'd probably go out on loan somewhere. He'd probably go on loan.
Yeah. Right, final part of the show, man. Let's speak about. I don't know. I'll let you decide. You want to speak about United, or you want to inform team in the Premier League? You know, did you know that? You guys are moving mad, bro. Inform team in the Premier League, or do you want to speak about Ange Postecoglou's collapse at Spurs?
I fire away. I don't mind anything.
Let's speak on United, man. Let's speak on United. I mean, I can't lie, bro. Your club is weird. I mean, it's in a disastrous state, yet you're the informed club in the country. How does that make sense?
Yeah, we're just frauding our way forward. And you know what? If that's the way it's gonna have to be for now, it's the way it's gonna have to be for now. I don't think Champions League's helping us. See, look, you either proceed and get knocked out with dignity, or don't go in Europa League, please. Just don't. I'd rather just finish bottom. I'd just be the banner club, hold the L, help my algorithms. I don't care. Just be the banner club. That's it. Just get knocked out. We need one game a week. I think we need one game a week. Focus on getting injuries back and figuring out your best 11. Because the reality is, I think Man United end up beating Galatasaray, right? I think we do. And it's not going to help the situation. We go on 6 points, but then Galatasaray still have to play Copenhagen I think it's at Galatasaray. So
long as any of them, so I'm right, because if you get beat off Bayern, so long as the other game doesn't end in a draw.
Well, I think by then, Bayern already through, so they're going to play their weak team against us. But we always say, oh, yeah, weak team. Yeah, we're going to definitely do something. No, look at Newcastle. They played their C-B team, and they still beat us 3-0. It just depends what he wants to play out there. I'd rather him play the way he wants to play, right? And just go off of that. If it don't work, it don't work. I think Copenhagen we got harshly done by, in my opinion, and I don't think we deserve that, but it happened. So there's no point in keeping going on about it. It's always decisions against us this season. I think in the world, we are top of that whole tree of decisions going against us this season, which could have had a different outlook and a different conversation. But the whole point is it's sustainable. We'll see. We've got another couple of injuries. Hoyland, well, he'll be back after the international break anyways. Do I expect us to play against Everton? Probably not best. You probably keep on the bench.
It's a tough game, as well. Everton are not in bad form at the moment.
I can't lie. I'm not. Everton at Goodison, I'm all right with playing against. Everton away from home, I'd rather not.
Yeah, where is it?
I mean, it's at Goodison, so it's like I'm thinking. You know what? We have an okay record at Goodison. Like it's not the worst in the world. So it's just like I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't mind it because I'd rather play away than at home at the moment as well. So it suits me. I don't know what it is. It's like it's gone into Ollie form, like playing away and getting worse results at home. It's just about how we break teams down at home. I didn't think we actually played bad against Luton Town. Again, I think it just comes down to our finishing. We could have buried that game in by 2-3 goals in the first half. And I know, but the only thing is it's only Luton Town, so that's always expected. You know, we look at this run. This is either ride or die for Ten Hag potentially, especially with all the new ownership stuff and sporting direction, Paul Mitchell talk and all this coming in. Right, is all of that. Everton, that needs to be a W. Galatasaray, I'm sorry, but I don't really care at the moment of time. It's a failed campaign regardless. Even if you beat Galatasaray, you have to beat Bayern and Galatasaray to go through. Even it's 9 points, even enough. Newcastle, Chelsea. Yeah, we'll see.
That Newcastle game, Wilson will be back. Lewis Hall will be back. Bruno will be back. Almiron will be back. Isak is going to be back. This is all according to PremierLeagueInjuries.com. So they're going to have a lot of their players back. And obviously they're all rested for the international break as well. So they'll all come back fresh. And it's at their gaff. Chelsea, bloody hell. No, but I hear that thing that you said then, interestingly, I always feel like when teams are not in a great space, they always play better away from home because they don't have the fan pressure, you know what I mean? Because like you can just go to Fulham and shit out a performance, right? Because you got 2,000 United fans, like, you know what I mean? It's not a major issue. When you're at home and you got 70,000 fans, you can't really sit there and try and shit out a Fulham. You know what I mean? You've got to, especially when you spend all that money, you've got to try and show a little bit of ability, right? You can't just sit there and just try and hit them on the break. You got to try and be on the front foot and try and play.
Yeah, we have to make. Look. The thing is, this is Ten Hag's got. I don't know what it is. I don't think the players are as bad as people think we are. Like, I don't think it is. It's this man has got to find some way, shape, way, or form of beating Newcastle. You have to beat Newcastle in their current situation with all them injuries now, even if it is at their gaff. If you want to be taken seriously and if you want rival fans to stop talking crap in the media, you go and beat Newcastle at their gaff while they got loads of injuries. Luckily for us, we got Luke Shaw coming back. And that's a big centre-back option that we need right now. We need Luke Shaw at centre-back. Like, I think he might be a better left centre-back than he's a left-back. You know, Melasse as well, coming back, that's another option. Thank fuck, a bit of control. A little bit of control. Wan-Bissaka was ill. Things are coming back slowly. But you're not even introduced Kobbie Mainoo yet. And we're screaming out for another midfielder or just something different. I'm not saying he's going to be the result that what we need, and it's hard to bring in a player in a situation that we're currently in. But can it get any worse in the midfield? I don't think so. So,
bro, what's going on with Varane, mate?
He's just, you know what? There's a common theme at Man United, right? There's a big common theme.
What, your manager arguing with players?
Not just that. The ones that earn a lot of money, and I think it comes to a structural reset. In terms of wage, Ronaldo gone, Sancho high wager going, Casemiro not looking that great with the manager going, potentially he's going to be gone by the summer anyways. Let's be honest. Varane, all of a sudden, I'd call him a model professional, but I'd be pissed off if I'm seeing Harry Maguire in front of me as well. But does he have a case to even put himself towards Varane? Probably not. Ines Martinez is just the balance is probably not there. Always injured. To be fair, Varane don't really have a case. You're always injured. You can't just expect to be injured and come straight back into the team. I understand Maguire's playing better than you. Simple as that. High earner in the bin. Rashford, I know he's a bit of a high earner, but he never cost us a penny. So don't matter. Who else is there? Yeah, all these wages just need to go anyways. I think that's probably what's been wrong with the club for a long time. And I know they're trying to bring it down and give enough new deals like Hoyle and Melasse. They're not even on 100 grand per week and all that stuff. You need to get down, huh? Not really, no. Firstly though, but other than that, it's a lot of shitstorm at Man United, and I think this is always going to happen. And I don't think it helps with the ownership situation. I'm pretty sure the whole club is wondering if their jobs are still going to be available. John Murtough and Richard Arnold gone. Let's be honest, they're gone. So from top to bottom, everyone's shaked up. They don't know what's going on. It's just a bit of it's just Man United, isn't it? It just sums up the last 10 years. Yeah. And you know, for what I see, I was Ten Hag out at some point after the City game because I didn't like the structure that I didn't like the way it was. But then you just open your eyes and don't get reactionary and see what it is for what it is. Rotten, as a City fan said, it's rotten. let it burn down before you have to build it again. If that's us having to take L's and players being unsettled because they don't know their futures with the people in and around the club and everything, so be it. Let it burn, because I need to see a different reset in terms of sporting structure and squad.
Yeah, nah. Listen, United for me, they're in trouble. The thing that I'd say about United, yeah, they spend so much money that you're always going to be up there. I don't think you'll ever fall off like Chelsea, because I don't think you're going to do a reset. I think it's going to be interesting when this new guy comes in, and he's getting what the sporting side of the things or whatever. So he's going to be making all the sporting director calls, all that kind of shit. The manager calls, it's all going to come from his side. Player recruitment, I guess that will all be the thing. The one thing that I would say is here, if you keep Ten Hag, you can't let him make another signing, man. You've got to get a sporting director in there.
It has to be. All right. If people don't know, would like to know, obviously, other than Ratcliffe and his obviously second-hand man Brailsford or Brails, whatever his name is, the one that's in Ineos. Other than them being on the board of making sporting decisions, they're saying director of football is more than likely going to be Paul Mitchell. It's looking like it's nailed on. There's no director of football in world football that has a CV that you can point towards and say he's going to succeed at a big club anyways, because they're always chopping and changing. But he's better than what we got. 100% he's got a better CV. Jean-Claude Blanc, the only that's looking likely, he's already under Ineos. People don't know who he is. He's the one that revived Juventus when they got relegated to Serie B because of all the charges that happened within cheating and all them scandals. Rebuilt, and he was a big part of rebuilding their stadium as well. So there you go. There's another name for you that's likely to come in and help until the ship's steadied. The recruitment side of things, there's a lot of names in and out at the moment. The data analysts, scouts, etc. You have to build a pool, and scouting networks. People need to know it takes years to build. By the way, you got someone's knowledge, but then you got to set scouts up again. Setting scouts up in certain countries, the ones that you want to get rid of and go again. To build a database, you need to build a database the way City do. You need to look 5 years ahead, right? And start scouting players from when they're young. And then when they get to a certain point, you're still scouting them. Do you get what I mean? Because that's
that's what we've done with Doku. Apparently, City have been scouting Doku since 2017.
Exactly. Since you've seen him at pretty much, let's say Euros when he flipping, or just before the Euros when he was there. The whole point is that's just how you do. That's just how football structures work. I don't know everything, but all I know, I can't believe a big club like Man United has taken a good how many years to get up to date with modern football. There you go. There's nothing more to it. This Man United's rotten, but right now I'm a touch optimistic about that side of things. In terms of football side of things, I'm yet to be seen. Last 2 games, I've seen a different structure of football from Ten Hag, and obviously Copenhagen sent off, Luton Town keeping the ball and winning it back, recycling it to go again. I don't mind that now, but now I need to see the fruits. I need to start seeing goals, because I can't go into a game and think we're going to score more than even 2 goals, and that's if we're lucky.
Yeah. I think that Everton game, man, on Sunday, that's going to be a big one, man. I know it's at Goodison there. Maybe they probably prefer playing away rather than at home, but they're away from that relegation zone now. They'll be playing with a little bit less pressure. I mean, they're on 14 points now. Luton and 18th are on 6. Only 1 loss in the last 5 games for Everton. 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. DCL is looking decent. He looks like he's actually fucking fit and ready to score some goals. That's good for them. So yeah, man. Listen, it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks. Obviously, after the international break, we've got to get through this dead period of the season, man. You know what I mean? Which
last one, man, for 4 months.
Fucking thank God, man. Thank God, innit? Because this is shockingly bad, bro. And this international break, man, I was looking through the fixtures, last night. I was on with Lee, and Lee said there's nothing good. I was like, surely there's got to be one good game. Bro, there isn't. It's like a single good game, man. It's absolutely shocking. So I don't know what watch alongs I'm going to do this week, man. I might do something like, I might just like I might do like this fucking Qatar versus Afghanistan, man, or Kuwait versus India. I might just full send it and see if we can find some hidden gem. I don't know, man. Thailand versus China. You know what I mean? Someone no one's watched before. See if we can find some hidden gem. Right, you're going live now, innit, on Never a Foul. So guys, we've got a redirect on there. What are you talking about, bro? What's going on?
Obviously the whole Jadon Sancho situation, probably Varane and Casemiro, and what it should look like for Man United. Ooh la la. Sorry. Cheers. Just got a drink. Look, it looks like it's not a cocktail. I'm not an alcoholic and I don't drink alcohol.
It's not alcoholic.
But yeah, no, that, and then there's the whole Osimhen thing with Chelsea and with John Obi Mikel. For I talk about that, and then the Tottenham, that Jimenez as well, and probably I'm just gonna base it around some strong transfer rumors, to be fair. So and then talk about something else along them lines, because I just think it's worth talking about. I'm not gonna sit there and just talk about the same stuff all the time. Like, what's it gonna look like for Man United when Sir Jim Ratcliffe comes in? Until that news is dropped, I ain't talking about it really, like, in depth. So because we don't know nothing. But other than that, yeah, man, transfers it's coming to that period where rumors start coming up and links start coming up. So slowly but surely start building that. But yeah, if anyone wants to come over, feel free to click next and hear me, myself, Don. I see me, myself. Don Nobbins, Man City fan, obviously, if you know Nobbins. I think he was on here yesterday. Jay Andrews, Spurs fan, and also Rom's Liverpool fan. So yeah, a bit of a panel, to be fair.
Yeah, man. All right, go check that out. Yeah, I've seen that about Sancho, Saudi potentially happening. So yeah, we'll see if that happens. But yeah, guys, make sure you drop a like. I've not even asked you the whole stream, man. I've not even asked you once in it. So hit that like button. What we are on? We're not even at 100 likes, man. So let's get those 100 likes. If you're watching back on the replay, yeah, make sure you leave your comments down below. I want to know what you guys are saying about the season so far. Our City, I don't know if overachieving, but are we ahead of schedule? Let me know in the comment section below. Go check out Never a Foul. They're coming up next, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you in a bit.